Hey everyone, it's Abby Andrew back on René of Paris today for another live stream. Today is going to be a wig surprise with a very special guest. So I'm really excited to have a guest joining us today in this video because we're just going to talk about our experiences with alopecia, and we're also going to do a wig surprise, which if you're not familiar with that segment on our page, it's where our guest comes on and opens a wig surprise that we sent to them. They don't know what the wig is going to be, so they get to kind of have their live reaction on camera and hopefully love it. And what's also exciting for me in this video is that I myself also got a wig surprise from the team at René of Paris, so I'm very excited. So let's go ahead and just add in our special guest and she can introduce herself. Hello!
Hi!
How are you? Thanks so much for joining me today on our wig surprise René of Paris.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
Yeah. I'm so excited to have you. So if you want to start by just introducing yourself to everyone.
Yes, my name is Letty, and I'm out in Texas. I have had alopecia since I was 7 years old, and I've been wearing wigs, gosh, I don't know, 10 or 12 years now. So, but yeah, that's who I am. I'm a fitness instructor. I own my own airbrush tanning business out here in Texas, and that's what I do.
Yeah, that's lovely. So you said you started wearing wigs about 10 or so years ago. Is that due to a specific reason, or do you just wear them for fun?
You know, honestly, so I got diagnosed with alopecia at age 7, and I had just spots. And so through elementary school, I kind of just didn't really know what to do. My family didn't even really understand what alopecia was. So I just knew the word. I had no idea what that meant. It wasn't until I got into high school that I started researching myself, like what alopecia is. And I swear they took me to doctors and all kinds of remedies because they didn't really understand what it was. And so, but up until that time, I was able to just kind of hide it, hide my spots or whatever. And then when I became an adult, probably into my 20s, I started wearing hair extensions. But, that just gives you like length. It doesn't take away the thinness of your hair, especially when your hair is falling out. But what happened was my spots became so I couldn't hide them anymore. So I was coloring in my spots and fixing my hair so you couldn't see them. And so you just couldn't do it anymore. And I finally was just like, one day was like, well, I don't know why I don't just embrace wigs. And that's when I kind of started exploring wigs, learning about wigs and wearing wigs. So that's why I started wearing them. And I don't know why I didn't do it sooner, honestly.
Yeah. So what was the experience for you switching over from covering the spots that you had before into transitioning to wearing wigs? Like, what was that experience like for you, finding your first wig and things like that?
I think, so the first wig I had, I remember it looked super wiggy because I didn't know anything about wigs and caps and construction and all the things. So I think I think for most people, when you first start wearing a wig, you feel like everybody knows and everybody's staring at you. So, and then also when you go from having like super thin hair, it always feels like you have so much hair when you put a wig on. So you always want to flatten it to your head because you're just used to seeing yourself with nothing, So it was definitely an experience. But once I started learning about wig construction, cap construction, all the things, then it got a little bit easier and funner, and I could embrace it a little bit more and not be so it was definitely different. And I felt like every time when I would wear a wig, every time somebody would say, "Oh, I love your hair," I always felt like I had to say it's a wig, because I felt like they were calling me out. But that was just all in my own head, until you just learn to embrace it. Now it's just like, thank you,
Yeah,
So.
I know what you mean. So what was the process for you to how did you get yourself more comfortable talking to other people about wearing wigs, or just getting comfortable going out into the world with wigs?
Honestly, I think it was just time. I think it was just a time and just doing it and getting out of my own head, because I think most people assume other people are thinking these things when they're really not. It's really just yourself that's thinking these things. And then to me, you're just really researching and knowing different wigs, different wig caps. I would get on YouTube and watch videos. And I remember I started watching you before you were with René of Paris and doing some wig reviews. I can't remember which one. It was a long brown one. I was like, oh my gosh, I went and found that. But just I think that's what helped me become more comfortable, is watching other people talk about them and get more comfortable. And then just going out in the world and doing it, really.
Yeah, I love that. And there really is such a fantastic wig and alopecia community online, on YouTube, on Instagram. And it's so nice to be able to kind of, sometimes in your day-to-day life, you forget that there's other people in the world that are going through the same thing, because not a lot of people experience alopecia. But then seeing online, there's this like beautiful, strong community that all are just here to support each other, always answer questions for each other. Did you find that that kind of helped to make it easier for you exploring what kind of wigs you wanted to find?
Yes, absolutely. Like, I think, I mean, and for me, I don't know about everybody, but for my personal journey with alopecia, I definitely felt super alone. Like, you feel like you are the only one that has what you have. So you can't relate to anybody. Like growing up, I couldn't relate to anybody. Nobody even knew what that was. And then, like I said, until I grew up and started researching myself, what it was that I had and all the things. So you definitely feel super alone. And honestly, it really wasn't until I started wearing wigs and learning more about the community that's out there that I found that there is so much more, so many of us out there, so many people that understand you and know what it's like to go through it. So yes, absolutely. I love the community that I have found, especially with social media, can be a blessing and a curse. But I think for alopecia, it's been great.
Yeah, it just really helps you feel less alone in the world, and like you remembering we're not the only ones going through this journey. And I think tell me if this resonates with you as well, but I find that realizing that posting about it can help other people as well also helps me to become more confident, because it's like, hey, if I post about this, I can be helping someone else out there.
Yes, absolutely. I think the first time the first time you start during your journey, it's super scary until you get that first somebody that reaches out and says, hey, like my hair's been falling out, or my hair's been thinning. Can you help me? And, they're at that stage where they're super desperate. And I mean, I think until you go through it, you don't really understand, because I think people can just say, oh, it's just hair. It's just hair. But until you go through it yourself, you don't really understand that it's not just that, especially, I feel like, especially as women, because so much is wrapped up into your hair. So until you get that first person that reaches out, that definitely, I agree with you. It helps you become more confident. You're like, okay, if I can just help one person, then it's worth just sharing your journey, even if it's uncomfortable at first when you first start doing it.
Definitely. Even you just saying that you watched some of my old YouTube videos just makes me feel like I'm so glad someone's actually watching these, and it's helping someone out there. Just like reinforces like my desire to want to post more things. And like I'm sure same for you. I'm sure you get lots of messages from people just telling you that you've helped them in some way, and it's always a really great thing to hear that. So also tell me about your journey as a fitness instructor. So tell me how you got into that in the first place, and did you find that it was your journey was affected by wearing wigs or alopecia or anything like that?
Yeah, honestly, I guess I can backtrack a little bit. So I started an airbrush tanning business like 12 years ago. And the reason I started that business really, it all stems from wanting to help women feel good about themselves, really. And that all stems back from alopecia and knowing what that's like, and really just wanting women to like know their worth. And so like, it wasn't about airbrush tanning for me. It was more about just getting a woman alone in a room for 15 minutes and kind of just speaking to her, encouraging her. That's why I started that. And then, so about 6 years ago, because I've been a fitness instructor for about 6 years, I was working out at home, and I had found dance fitness videos, and I was just doing it at home by myself, which I loved. And I just felt like, you know what, I would love to do this with other people. So this would be so fun with other people. And it just kind of lined up with what I was already doing, was just like speaking into women, helping them encourage, helping them love themselves for who they are, right where they're at. And so I just started doing that. And that, when I first started fitness instructor, was when I first started exploring with colored wigs. Like up until then, I would wear like, normal, like what it was close to my hair, browns or whatever. But that was like, I don't know why, something about being in the classroom environment that gave me that like freedom to be like, you know what? It was a lavender color that I wore for the first time. And I was like, oh, this is fun. And so then that's when I kind of started exploring with all the colored wigs and all the fun wigs. And so I love wearing fun colors in class. That's my favorite. Now I kind of just, I'm at the point where I just switch it up, and everybody's like, oh, you have different hair. I'm like, yeah.
I love that so much. And I love that being able to express yourself in a classroom setting is what kind of helped you to start wearing the different colors. I feel like everyone has an experience like that when they first start wearing wigs, is they first kind of start with their comfort zone, maybe what their hair used to look like before. And then it is so fun to kind of start delving into other colors that you never would have been able to try in your own hair and try something completely different. especially being able to change it on like a daily basis for every single class. You can just show up with a different color.
Yes,
That's so fun.
it's so fun. And like it's awesome because all the women in my class are always like, "Ooh, I love that one." Or they all, because I just share, I'm completely open with who I am and the journey where I'm at. And so I'm not like hiding the fact that it's a wig, and so everybody's like super encouraging, like, "Ooh, yeah, get that color again." Or that's, so it's so fun. It's so fun.
I love that. It's always amazing to see how supportive people are about it as well. Like I think for many of us, we kind of get in our own heads. Like if people know that I'm wearing a wig, or that I have alopecia, they're going to judge me really harshly. And then you open up to it about people, and they're really supportive about it, or it even just becomes a fun topic of conversation. Like, oh, what wig is Letty going to be wearing today in class?
Yeah, I completely agree. So it's exactly like that. You always think like there's such a stigma attached to wigs, but really when you start just opening about it, people are so supportive and kind, and it's makes it so much easier and fun. Like it's not an issue. Yeah.
So about how long ago did you start experimenting with different colored wigs? Like I love the one you're wearing right now. I believe that's a Brooklyn and henna red. Is that right?
Yes, that's the Brooklyn and henna red I just got. And I it was like 6 years ago that I started just kind of doing the colors, when I started going to class and doing the different colors. And like right now I'm super into long hair. Like at first I would always do long. I think it was because like I never had long hair, so I couldn't have long hair. So I started wearing long hair when I first started wearing wigs. And then they're a little bit more high maintenance to maintain because of the tangles. So then I started going with a little bit shorter, but just like here recently, I've gotten back into the long hair. And I mean, when you know how to take care of it, it's not that bad. So I'm having a lot of fun with the long hair. I just got the Brooklyn in the henna red. I went back and forth with different colors, and but this one was so like fun that stuck out to me. So I'm having fun with this one.
That's a new color, and it's so gorgeous. It's just such a really fun, like bright red color, but it's also like a color you'd see in like high fashion kind of red. So yeah,
right,
it's a really
absolutely
fun.
Super
and that
fun.
wig is also heat friendly, I believe, as well. So you can like play with the curls if you want to.
The
But I
side.
feel like the waves that it comes with are so nice. Like I have a Brooklyn as well. I wish I had it with me to show. But I love the waves that it comes with already, that I'm like, I don't know if I'll experiment with heat on this for a while.
I'm with you. Like I'm like, I love the way it looks. I don't want to mess it up.
yeah.
I don't
down
really.
the line, but
Yeah, if I need to, but for now, I'm like super love the waves. It's like that perfect mermaid hair. Like it's so fun.
It's very much beach hair. So when it comes to wearing wigs for your fitness classes, do you find like how do you wear them? Do you feel like you can just wear them directly on your head? Do you like use any sort of way to secure them more?
For the most part, I feel like they stay really great if you just tighten the cap, to your head. To me, they stay pretty well. You don't really have to do anything. If I know I'm going to do like a lot of head turns and stuff like that, then I might secure it more with a little bit with bobby pins on the inside. But for the most part, I can just leave it down. I'll wear them down, or I'll put them like in pigtails or like braids just to kind of keep it on my face. And sometimes I'll throw a hat on, not because I'm scared that it's going to fly off my head or anything, but more just to kind of keep it out of my face. But honestly, I think they stay great. I think people, when they think of wigs, they might have like this preconceived notion of like they're like, I don't know, old style or something, but they have come a long way, and you don't have an issue with that.
Yeah,
so you
I love that.
feel like that too?
For me as well, yeah. I feel like if I have a completely bald head because I have alopecia as well, but I have I guess totalis, which is, I don't have any head hair, and I don't wear wig caps or anything. I just tighten the wig cap enough that I feel like if it's adjusted to my head size, then it stays secure. If I'm like on a windy day or doing cartwheels or something, I feel like it stays secure. So
Yeah,
it's great that it feels like that for you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess for anyone watching who just wants that extra security, there are also things like wig grips that can be helpful. But I guess we both find in our experience that kind of just stays secure on its own, which is really fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I also feel like that's such a big part when you start your wig journey, is that it's the things that people kind of overlook when they're first getting into wigs that are the most important part, like the wig cap construction. Having a good wig cap construction is so vital. It's for it to fit properly, feel comfortable, look natural with like lace front or monofilament, things like that. I feel like those are things people overlook when they're new to wigs. So it's nice to be able to kind of learn about those things.
Yeah, when people reach out to me, like if they're needing wigs for whatever reason, I've had people reach out that have started experiencing alopecia, or I'm going through chemo or anything like that, and they want advice on wigs. I'd love to kind of help guide them, because I remember not knowing what those terms meant or what it meant. So like monofilament, lace front, all those things. I love helping guide people because that's very important. Like I said, that first wig I had, I mean, it was very like, you know,
Yeah, I think
but
every
I
wig
tend to
wearer goes through
learn.
that.
You're like, oh, now that I look back at it, I'm like, oh my goodness. But when you learn,
Yeah.
now you learn, you know, like it can look supernatural. Like a lot of people are like, wait, that's a wig, you
Hmm.
know? So yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Do you have a favorite type of cap construction? So the one you're wearing right now is lace front, lace part, which has that natural looking effect in the front and on the side. I think the one I'm wearing right now is also lace front, lace part as well.
Yeah,
This is
I love
Nolan.
that. That's like I love to have that lace part at, you know, that's my lace front is very important. But like I have like the Ren, and to me,
Hmm.
because it's like rooted and stuff, like it doesn't bother me that it doesn't have
Yes.
any of those things. So I
Yeah.
think it's really about like, the color of the wig and you know, because it's some you can tell more, but like I'm not really I like them all.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's a good thing to mention too, is I find that different hairstyles kind of call for different wig cap
Right.
constructions. So like with the machine tied cap, like the one you mentioned, Ren is a machine tied cap. I have that wig as well and I love it. A, the color with the rooted color, that makes it look really natural. And B, with a machine tied cap, you get a really nice volume with the hair, and that style kind of calls for that a little bit more. So
Right.
it's nicer to have the machine tied cap for that style. And then with the ones we're wearing now, it's nice to have the lace front, lace part. So I feel like it's
Mhm.
really about what the style calls for as well.
I agree. I completely agree with you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Also, in your dance classes, do you find that you like to go either more short or more long, or you were saying you kind of find it either works for what you're doing?
Yeah, that works. So really, I always just like kind of depends on what mood am I in today? What do I feel like today, you know? And, you know, wearing them down is kind of like so fun because you'll get dressed and you're like, yeah, I like the way this looks. But then sometimes when you start moving around, you're like, okay, why did I think that that was a good idea? So, because it looks so cute when I left, but now I'm moving around and it's getting all tangled. But I think it's really about like just being mindful of what you're going to be doing. But you know, I have fun with them either way. I think if they do get tangled, it just kind of slowly brush them out and it works okay.
Yeah, I love having like a wide tooth comb with me. I have mine close by right now, but I love having like a wide tooth comb, especially for wavy wigs like the one you're wearing right now, because that just gets the tangles out in 2 seconds. It's like
Real
such a
easy.
game changer.
Yeah,
It's
for
so
real,
helpful.
really.
Hmm. So do you
Yeah.
also find you pick like your wig or your wig color, like do you kind of choose one based on the performance you have in mind? Like, oh, this one would look really good with a long wig, so I can kind of whip it around more.
Yeah, I do. I do. Like it depends on what kind of class I'm teaching. I'm like, oh, yes, that calls for this. Or, you know what, we're gonna go burpees today and all this thing. I probably should go a little bit shorter. And, you know,
Mhm.
really just kind of depends on what you're doing or your mood. Like if you're just gonna go out for the day, it's kind of like, what do I feel like today? You know, do I want to be blonde or redhead or brown?
Yeah,
It's so fun.
definitely. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I today I want to like match my hair to my shoes
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Like, just like treat it like an accessory and just get
Yeah.
really creative with it.
Yeah,
That's
for
so fun.
sure. So fun.
So, what do you think? Do you want to start getting into the wig surprise segment of this?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm so excited as well. And the fact that a lot of times when we have a guest, just the guest has a wig surprise, but I also get a wig surprise as well, which is super fun. So
Yay,
should we
that's
just pull out
super
our
fun.
boxes and see?
Yeah,
Or maybe you can go
absolutely.
first, and
Okay.
I'll watch yours first.
Okay. This is the surprise wig. They sent me another book Brooklyn as well. So that one
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't
Do you want to
opened.
actually show the other Brooklyn as well first?
Okay, if you want to, yeah. So I did get another Brooklyn, and this one is in one of my favorite colors, the melted marshmallow, which is
Ooh,
I love that color.
I love melted marshmallow.
So I'm excited to see the Brooklyn and the melted
I can
marshmallows.
imagine that would look really nice in Brooklyn too. So the style you're wearing now is Brooklyn in henna red, and now we're switching to Brooklyn in
And
melted marshmallow.
yes, so let's see. Super pretty.
I love how just changing the color of a wig can totally change the vibe of it too. Mm-hmm.
For sure. I agree. Same wig, different color, different vibe.
Yeah.
So here it is. Oh my gosh, that's
Wow.
so pretty.
That looks
Wow.
gorgeous.
Oh yeah. Let me see. Let me take off the tag here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't open anything. Like I set the box aside and I was like, I'm not gonna look at
I
it.
love it though, especially it's so nice to see the initial reactions. Like, A, you get to see the wig out of the box without any styling done to it because it shows just how easy they are to just take out of the box and put on.
Right.
And then also just getting the genuine reactions is so fun
Reaction.
live too.
Yeah. Super fun. Okay. So let me move this box to the side. I'll take off the Brooklyn and Henrietta and I'll put on the melted marshmallow.
Okay, perfect.
I'm stuck here.
The long hair struggle sometimes.
I know.
Sometimes I'll put all my accessories on with my hair off, and then I'll put the wig on.
So yeah, I'm like, yeah, I usually do that too.
Oh my gosh, I love that color on you. It's
So pretty. Oh, I love
beautiful.
it. I love that.
Have you
Melted marshmallows?
tried melted marshmallow before?
Yes, I have it like in which wig? Cheyenne. I have that one. Yeah, I have it in that. Then I've had it in a Kai as well. So I've had it in the shorter hair. So I've never seen it on long hair. Super pretty. Super pretty.
The difference of the melted colors on a shorter wig versus a longer wig. Because so if anyone not familiar, the melted colors are almost like a gradient. So with melted marshmallow, you kind of have a darker root, and then it goes into like a medium blonde, and then to a really light tip, which is so gorgeous. I love the gradient.
Yes.
So I guess pretty. With a longer wig, the gradient's kind of just like a little more spread out. So it's nice to see the difference on a longer wig versus a shorter wig.
I love that. So fun. I do love it.
So gorgeous. And it's so fun. Like, you don't have to choose between one or the other. You can just put one on, and then 5 seconds later, you have a whole different style.
Yeah. How am I feeling? You know what? Super fun. I love it.
Yeah, people in the comments are saying they love it. Such a natural. I love it.
Oh, love it. Thank you. So fun. So do you want to do the surprise wig?
Yeah, let's switch over to the wig surprise now as well.
Okay.
So I'll take my box out at the same time as you, and then you can open yours first, maybe. Okay. I have not even taken mine out of the package as well either, so it's in the box.
Do we have the same surprise wig?
I actually am not sure. I think it might be. But
okay.
That's part of the fun of the surprise. Okay, so open them together.
Okay.
People are saying we should open them together.
Okay.
So we have. Okay, so they're both René of Paris. We can tell by the box it's the René of Paris line. Let's see. 3, 2, 1, and take the cap off.
Yeah.
Are you ahead of me?
I haven't opened the paper yet. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Ooh.
Oh, I know this color.
Yeah. So I think this is watermelon.
Watermelon, right?
Yes,
watermelon.
Watermelon.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Look at that color. Oh my god, this is one of my favorite colors.
Mine too.
For sure.
Wow. I have the Ren in this color.
So do I. I love that. So now we can have the Ren, and I believe this wig style is sage. Do you have a sage as well?
No, I don't have a sage.
Oh my gosh. Okay, should we put them on? I'm gonna take my tag off just so I can.
Yeah, I have to get my tag off too. Wow, this is so.
It feels like you're wearing like an earring or something, like a fancy hair accessory.
Yeah, a big long accessory.
So this style is one of my favorites. I love this one, and I haven't tried it with this color before. I feel like this is going to be a gorgeous combination.
I haven't tried this style either as well, so I'm excited for it.
Look gorgeous on you. This will definitely be a fun one for dance classes too. This is like a great color.
Another fun color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm having issues with the tag, so I'm just gonna leave my tag on.
That works.
But I'll take this off.
It's also nice that we kind of wear our wigs in different ways. So you wear a wig cap, I just wear it on my shaved head, so it's fun to show people watching.
So how is it really comfortable, like straight on your shaved head? Is it comfortable like that?
For me, it definitely is. Yeah, and then I feel like it saves me the hassle of wearing a wig cap, but I also don't have to like hide any hair or anything. So for me, it's just easy to just throw it on. Yeah. But also to show the cap construction, this one is a lace front, lace part. The adjustable strap. So a good thing to check when you with a new wig is to make sure the adjustable straps are adjusted to your head size.
Oh, I love this.
That looks so good on you. Oh my goodness. I look like I just transformed into 3 different people throughout this live stream.
So fun. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty.
I love this. I love
it. Yes, you look. Yeah, that looks so good on you.
Wow.
With your eyes.
I feel like the sage wig really just looks like wind-blown hair, like just swept back.
Like you just came from one of those blow-dry bars.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh yeah, I just came back from the salon.
Yeah.
So fun.
For sure.
This one also has that lace front, lace part, so you can kind of play with pulling the hair back.
Do you like middle parts or side parts better? Or do you care?
I kind of love all of them. I think it really depends on the wig style. So like for Sage, I love the middle part look on this one. And then for the one I was wearing before, Nolan, I feel like that one looks good with the side part. So I feel like for me, it depends. What about for you?
Yeah, see, I kind of lean more towards the center parts, but when I got that Brooklyn and it's got this other spot, I'm like, I like that actually. I'd like it more than I thought I was going to like it. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel like you kind of
I'm like with
surprise
you.
yourself when you try something out of your comfort zone. And it's like, oh, this actually looks good too.
Yeah, for sure. This is so fun. I'm super excited about this one. I can't wait to like wear this out.
Yeah, I love that. So I guess earlier you had the henna red, which is more of like a darker red color. Then you had melted marshmallow, which is that gorgeous gradient blonde. And now this one, which is kind of like a pastel pink. This one's watermelon R.
Yeah.
So it's so fun to be able to change from, especially for like the dance classes, the fun bright colors, like the darker red and the nice light pink.
Yeah, so fun.
Do you
Super
ever
fun.
match your outfits, like match the color of your clothing to the color of your hair or anything like that?
I think I do, but sometimes not like purposely, you know. So sometimes
Yeah.
I'll put the wig and I'm like, oh wow, this looks really good with this outfit. So for sure.
Someone in the comments said it matches your eyeshadow wonderfully. I agree. Your makeup looks so
Oh,
beautiful. I feel like
thank
it
you.
goes really nicely with this hairstyle. By the way, I meant to ask earlier, does alopecia affect your brows and lashes or the way you do your makeup as well?
So for me, I get makes my eyebrows are super sparse and my lashes too, but it's kind of like it happens here and there. So like sometimes I'll be missing like this half of my
Mhm.
lashes. Same things with my brow. So definitely you have to take the time to like really pencil in the brow because I have brows, but they don't like go all the way. So it does
Yeah.
affect it, not terribly, but yeah, it does. So you have to take the time, a little bit more time with it, I think.
Yeah. What's your go-to brow product to fill in your sparse brows?
Honestly, there was a NYX pencil that I absolutely loved, but they stopped making it or something, so I couldn't find it
Oh
forever. And
no.
I was getting down to like this size of a pencil. I was like, what am I gonna do? And I found it on Amazon, and it's been awesome, to be honest with you. So I don't even know what it's called, but it's super awesome, and it's helped me shape my brow. And then I like to use it like mascara just to kind of with the little hairs that I do have, just to kind of. But yeah.
Yeah, they look lovely. I love
What
it.
about you?
For me, it's kind of the same. Like, so I feel like my brows and lashes fluctuate the most. Um, but to fill them in, I just use like a pencil. But a lot of times I use two different pencils. So I have one from e.l.f. that I use, and then I have one from NYX. It's almost like a liquid pencil. And I feel like that I can kind of draw in like the individual brow hair effect with those. But
Yeah.
I feel like I'm constantly trying new brow products and new brow shapes. Like I go through phases of like thicker brows and then thinner brows.
Yeah.
But I also definitely change it based on my wig style too. Like some styles I want them to be like more arched or more straight or thicker
Yeah.
and thinner. Do
That's
you
fun.
feel like you
I would,
change your do you feel like you change your brows based on your makeup as well?
I don't, because
And
I
your
feel
wig?
like I'm still learning how to do them. Like I've just barely started like getting more into like learning how to do them. So I don't feel like
Mhm.
I'm comfortable yet, like messing with what I already know. So I kind of just stick to the same all the time.
Yeah, well if it works and they look beautiful. So
Oh, thank you.
and for your lashes as well, do you tend to wear fake lashes? You feel like you have enough lashes of your own or
Lashes to me, I just yeah, I just curl with what I have. But I think I'm a little bit nervous to do any of like the extensions or anything because I don't want to mess with what I do have because I know how, because like I said, for me it affects more the bottom lashes than it does the top. I don't know why, but like the bottom
Mhm.
lashes I'll be missing like a segment sometimes, and so yeah, you just have to go with it.
Yeah, yeah, you look beautiful. So
Thank
it's always
you.
fun to like kind of swap makeup tips and see what people do. But
Yeah.
I feel like every time I hear about someone's technique, especially with like alopecia brows, for example, I'm always trying whatever products
Like, yeah,
people
what do you
recommend.
use? How do we get? Yeah, because I'm with you. I like because where they're sparse, I like to try to draw in the individual hairs. There's like I think it's a CoverGirl or something that I find like you were talking about the NYX, where it's kind of like an ink, almost like an
Yeah,
eyeliner but super thin. Yeah, those
mhm.
help kind of with to drawing in the little hairs a little bit better. So I
Yeah, I
agree with
discovered
you.
that within the last year, and it makes it so easy. So I do like a regular pencil, and then I kind of add dimension with like a liquid pencil, which is really helps a
Yeah,
lot.
for sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so fun. Oh my gosh, so do you think you're gonna wear this to one of your dance classes soon? This wig?
Yeah, I have one tonight, and I'm thinking maybe this is the one.
Do people get excited when you wear a new one that they haven't seen before?
Oh yeah, that's what's so awesome about it is that I have so much love and support. Like when you wear a new one, they're like, "Yes, I love that one." So it definitely helps for sure.
That's so fun. They're gonna end up what like, oh, It's always funny when people compliment your hair and it's like, oh, you can buy the same one if you want.
Yeah, if you want, you
You can literally
can
have
get
the
it.
same exact hair.
Yeah, because people will say that when you put up, like if you share a new wig or something, they're like, "Ooh, I want that hair." I'm like, "You could totally get it. Just
Yes,
get
I think there's
it."
some people from your classes in the comments, so I
Yeah,
think they're excited to see
you
it.
know. They are saying, "Yes, we do." They do. They love it,
I
and they're so
love
awesome.
that.
So it definitely helps on your wig journey to have that support system for sure.
Yeah. So, is there any advice you would give to someone who is just starting to lose their hair or maybe just starting their wig journey that you would kind of share with them?
I think the sooner that you embrace what it is, then the better off you're going to be. And I know it's easier, said than done, but
Mhm.
for me it was so freeing when I finally like just embraced it. Cause I mean, I can tell you, I literally remember sitting on my bathroom counter because I would color in the spots with like a pencil, like an eyebrow pencil, honestly. And I remember sitting on the counter just crying because I was like, I can't hide this anymore. Like it's just not going to work. And that's when I kind of just decided. And from that moment on, it started to become easier. So I think to me, I always advise to help is to learn to embrace what it is, especially if you have like alopecia and there's not really a cure yet out there for you to grow your hair, per se. So to me, it's just more about embracing who you are and
Mhm.
embracing that journey. That is going to be more helpful to you and your journey because it's super hard, I think, when you first start losing your hair, and especially if you're gone from having a full head of hair to having no hair or thinning hair.
Mhm.
That's something just to adjust to. But the quicker you can embrace that, maybe start trying to wear wigs, I think it helps a ton.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really about finding that self-love no matter where you're at on your journey, no matter what thing you're struggling with insecurity, just finding that self-love no matter what.
Yeah,
And
I
I do find
completely.
that definitely was true for me as well, because for many years I hid my alopecia and I only wore one wig style. I would just tell everyone that was my hair, but it constantly felt like this secret weighing on me all the time. Like,
Right.
oh, this person knows, this person doesn't. I want to tell this person, but I don't know how. And now it's just like, okay, everyone knows.
Everyone
Like, if you don't
knows who
like
you
it, then
see.
I don't need you in my
Bye.
life.
I don't need to in my life, right? I completely agree. What was weird for me is like, because at elementary school, I didn't hide, and like my first spot is literally, and it's still there. It's like this almost a $50 size spot on the top of my head. So there was no hiding that, So like
Mhm.
through elementary school, I had to go through all the like the teasing and all the things. So I wasn't hiding it then. It wasn't until I got to high school that I had like bangs cut in my hair and I learned how to like put my hair up that I was like, oh my gosh, I can kind of hide it. So then it became like my little secret, kind of like you're saying, like,
Mhm.
who knows, who doesn't know? Like, obviously, like when you get to high school and then you have more kids going to school with you, it was kind of like, well, the kids from elementary school obviously know, but then in your head, you're like, well, maybe they just think your hair grew back or something. So you just kind of like tell yourself all these things. It becomes your little secret. And it's
Yeah.
so much more like you feel like you're in a prison more because you're like so worried that somebody's going to see or get too close or the sun's going to hit your hair or like you don't want to go to a water park because definitely they're going to know then, little things like that.
Mhm.
So it becomes a lot harder, I think, when you start hiding it. So it was, it's definitely easier when you start just sharing it with people, and you'll be shocked, I think, at how much support you actually will have on your journey doing that.
Definitely. Yeah. And I think it's if you're someone that maybe is kind of closed off about it and you want to open up about it, I think just be patient with yourself, take baby steps, maybe start opening up to a few people at a time. But once you get to that place of just being open about it, it really can just be such a weight off of your chest.
Completely agree. So freeing. So
Yeah,
freeing.
definitely.
Mhm.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this live stream today. This has been so much fun to do the wig surprise. Do you like the new wig? Do you love this one?
I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for having me. It's been super fun, and I can't wait to see you sharing your new wig. And I'm loving it for sure.
Definitely. I'm sure we're both going to be posting our pictures with our new wigs. That's always like a mandatory. Get a new wig, gotta post lots of
Yeah,
pictures of it.
absolutely,
I love it so much. I
absolutely.
can't wait
Photo
to hear
shoot.
about the reaction in your class tonight too.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Right
I'll
now.
share.
Yeah, everyone make sure you go follow Letty on Instagram. So blackbird_fly_312531. Definitely, it's on the screen here. So definitely follow her here. For anyone who maybe joined this live stream late and you want to go back and watch it from the beginning, all of our live streams get saved to our page, René of Paris, as well. So it'll be saved there. And if you want to maybe rewatch a certain part where we showed other wigs or you just have any questions you have about anything we've talked about in this video, you can leave them on that video as well. And yeah, and definitely make sure you go follow Letty and check out her fitness and dance page. It's fantastic. And it's so nice to see other people just in the alopecia community out there, just to be able to support each other.
I agree. Thank you so much for having me. It's been so fun.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.